You want more referrals. And it ain't always as simple as that. Going to networking events and meeting new people. Don't worry, we're going to make it super simple for you to get more referrals in your business. And that's what we're here to do. So today's question that we're going to explore is how to build a referral network. And so if you're out there here watching in Facebook world, would love to have you share how you've worked on building a referral network before. And Beverly, so glad to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, in today's conversation, we're actually going to have 4 different conversations looking at this idea of how to build a referral network. The first topic we're going to cover is what are the different types of network. And there's actually 3 different types of networks, including 8 different types of referral sources, and which is best. Then we're going to talk about the power of your referral network and why you really want one. Third topic can be kind of sensitive sometimes, but why you might not be getting referrals, because we definitely want to make sure that we are getting those referrals. And lastly, we're going to talk about what do you have to do to get referrals from your network. Because if we're going to build a referral network, we definitely want to get referrals from that group. So the first topic we're going to explore comes from this idea of who is in your network. And I affectionately like to call your network your IRS, your information, your referral, and your support network. Now, it might make sense that you get information from your information network, support from your support network, and referrals from your referral network. And what you'll find is some people could be a part of 1 of the groups, 2 of the groups, or even 3 of the groups. Now, this is a conversation I go in much more detail in Incentives Ignite Your Business program, but I want to focus today on the referral network. So I mentioned there's 8 different types of referral sources. And when I ask people, where can you get referrals, I often get friends, family, clients. And it's interesting because a lot of times people think, well, my clients are my best referral sources. And while I think that clients are amazing referral sources, they're not the best. We're going to come back to who are our best referral sources in just a moment. Because Beverly, I mentioned clients, and you mentioned I always ask for testimonials of part of my building referrals. We could do a little bit of work on building that referral network. And I love the fact that you brought up testimonials. We did a video a couple of weeks ago. So if you go to my Facebook page under videos, those of you watching, if you're wanting some help getting testimonials, we actually did a video just like this on here's how to get testimonials from your clients. Now, I mentioned the best type of referral source, and that's what we like to refer to as your contact sphere relationships. This could also be your sphere of influence, your circle of influence. Apparently, it's always round. And our contact sphere relationships defined is non-competing industry with the exact same target market. And to me, these have the best potential of referring new clients because instead of like your client who does know a handful of people like them, they may have hundreds or thousands of people in their network that they could be referring to you. And so I'm looking as much as possible for those contact sphere relationships that they can refer me all day, every day. Now, how we get them to give us referrals is a conversation that a question that I'm going to answer in just a couple of minutes. However, first, I wanted to talk about the power of referrals. Because there's 4 ways to grow your business. I know, pretty simple, right? You can do PR or advertising. You can do cold calling. So we've got PR, advertising, cold calling, and the 4th is referral marketing. Now, I'm good at cold calling, though I don't love doing it, so I much prefer the referrals. PR is where I'll add in the social media aspect of it. I think that can fit under the same umbrella. And then we have advertising. But I'm talking about referrals because that's my thing. And a lot of times people think, oh yeah, it's easier to get the referrals, they're easier to close. Yes. And here's some referral facts for you. Let's give you some little facts today. So on average, and this is across all industries, you're likely to close 1 out of 20 prospects that you cold call. Now, I know, again, that varies based on your industry. Back in the day when I was doing the promotional products, I was closing much higher rate than that. If you're selling life insurance and cold calling, it might be a much lower rate than that. The beautiful thing is when you get referrals, 1 out of 6 referrals will likely close. And one of the things that I love to work with people is how do we get to that number to 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, 1 out of 2? What if we closed every referral that we got? It will help us save time, energy, and effort. So, additionally, when it comes to referred prospects, they have a tendency to stay with you 4 times longer. They're going to buy from you 3 to 4 times more within the first year. Now, I get that doesn't work for professions like realtors or estate planners where it's kind of a one package thing. But for those of you in professions where people can buy much, much more, they're more likely to buy you because they've been referred to you. And if all those numbers aren't enough to be like, whoa, this is awesome, the last number I have for you might be. So referred prospects, referred clients are 2.5 times more likely to refer you. So we get these testimonials like Beverly mentioned from our clients, and that's inspiring them to help get out there and hopefully refer us more. So I'm not saying you can't get referrals from your clients. You should get referrals from your clients, and they're more likely to refer you. The third topic that I wanted to cover today is why aren't you getting more referrals? Because I talk to people all the time, and they're like, Tiffanie, I'm not getting any referrals. I go to all these different events and I meet all these different people, but nobody's giving me referrals. For those out there in Facebook, have you ever been frustrated by the fact that there are people that you know and you really want them to refer you, but they're just not referring you? If you want to give me a yes in the comments, give me a no in the comments, let me know. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can still put yes, I've been frustrated, or nope, never frustrated. If you've never been frustrated, more power to you. So many people have heard know, like, and trust. We're building this know, like, and trust with people. We call it VCP in incentive: visibility, credibility, and profitability. And here's what happens. At the know level, I just met you. We're at visibility. Am I likely to refer you? Probably not. Unless you happen to be the only person, like in my world, I know one professional sandcastle builder, and that's it. So if somebody said, hey, who do you know that's a professional sandcastle builder? That would be the one. However, what I find most of us, there's competition out there. So if I meet you for the very first time, probably not going to be giving you referrals. So at visibility, referrals typically don't happen. At credibility, this is where people get to know who you are. They may have heard some good things about you. They've gone to look at your testimonials that you've built up on social media. At credibility, referrals happen maybe. Luckily for us, profitability, this is where people trust us. This is when the referrals flow. And so a lot of times we're frustrated. Why aren't you giving me more referrals? And it's almost like, why aren't you giving me more referrals? Well, I've got one finger pointing at you, but 4 fingers pointing back at me. Because if I'm at the know or the like, the visibility or credibility in the relationship, people are not going to be referring me yet. You have to get them to that profitability to where the referrals can flow. And that leads us to our last conversation, how to get referrals. Because if we're at a position and you're not getting referrals, how do we get referrals from those people in our network? There's a couple things that we want to do in building that relationship. And I think a lot of times people think about, okay, I want to get referrals. And really, instead of calling it referral marketing, I would call it relationship marketing. Because you have to have a relationship to somebody to help generate those referrals on your behalf. And so we have to get to know that person. And I like to say, this is one of my eTiffanies. That's an epiphany from Tiffanie. The more your network knows, the more your business grows. And so it gives us the opportunity to get to have them learn about you and your business. Teach them who's an ideal client, what inspires you, why do you do what you do, what's your referral process look like. So we've got to give them this information, and typically I do that in either what we call a one-to-one or referral partner meeting. Let's sit down, you learn a little bit about my business, I learn a little bit about your business with an intention of passing referrals. You're also going to want to motivate your referral sources. They got to want to help you out. And one of my favorite ways, one of everybody's favorite ways to motivate your network, and if you've got a favorite, put it in the chat box, is to say, hey, get me a referral. However, if it's just get me a referral and that's the only option I have to help you and I can't do that, it might make things a little frustrating again. And when relationships are frustrating, they're not going to be referral generating. Relationships last only as long as they're mutually beneficial to both parties. And so you definitely want to motivate them, whether it's give them a referral. I love it when people help book me speaking engagements, do interviews, podcasts, YouTube stuff, Facebook Lives. I love all of that kind of things. It could be that I'm doing something as simple as sending a gift or a card. It doesn't have to be major, but we have to make sure that we're doing things to motivate our network. And then the very end, we want to ask for referrals. My favorite way to ask for referrals is, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? And so before I get off the phone call with you or the Zoll, which is a Zoom call, let me ask, hey, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? And insert that specific referral request. And it is very important that we be specific to be terrific when we're asking for referrals, when we're sharing, here is our ideal client. And so how do we get referrals? We have to work those relationships. And Zarina, yes, she said yes to referral marketing, 100%. Love it. Now, I know I went really quickly through your best referral sources or your contact sphere relationships, educate, motivate, and ask. I actually cover that in depth. I have a free online 5-week coaching program. It's MORE Referrals, 5 Steps to Referral Success. And I go much more in depth with several videos, articles, worksheets to help get you there. So if you're interested in that, I will drop the link into the chat box, into the comments so that you're able to go, subscribe, get some more referral success, and I look forward to hearing from you on how you have successfully built your referral network. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them later. Thanks, everybody. It's been great spending a little bit of time with you this morning.